Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Guns Are No Longer the Leading Cause of Murder. Automobiles, aka Christine, has now taken over in 2020. I want you to pause for a minute and think about the title of this video. Once again, the name of the word is Guns Are No Longer the Leading Cause of Murder. Automobiles, aka Christine, has now taken over in 2020, man. This is going to be a cold-blooded word tonight. And what you see on the screen is a woman with a gun. But if you look deeper into the picture, you'll see not only is this woman holding a gun, but she's sitting in an automobile. Okay? And the automobile that she's sitting in is the new leading cause of murder, which has taken over in 2020, man. All right, in this word, one of the things I want to establish, there's a thing called vehicular homicide, okay? Vehicular homicide is a crime involving the death of a person other than the driver as a result of either criminal negligence or murderous operation of a motor vehicle. Okay? And that's what we're going to deal with tonight. We're going to deal with vehicular homicide because that is the new leading cause of murder. And a lot of individuals today are play a key role in automobiles, okay, being the new leading cause of murder. That's right. Cars are killing people, man. AKA Christine. Now, when you hear me say Christine, we're not talking about the woman that's in this car. Christine is from the movie Christine that was filmed in 1983. And if you've never seen the movie Christine, you might want to check that out, man. But in the movie Christine, here's a spoiler alert. In the movie Christine, the car is actually going to be killing people by way of vehicular homicide. All right. This was in 1983. So if you have seen this movie or you go and watch this movie, then you'll understand what I mean when I say automobiles, aka Christine, is the new way of murder today. Okay. Unintentional vehicular manslaughter is another word for vehicular homicide. And I don't know about where you live, but I know definitely in the state of Wisconsin, specifically in the city of Milwaukee, vehicular homicide is becoming the new normal. You know, I was in a serious car accident. My daughter was in a serious car accident, and we were able to walk away. But there were a lot of accidents that have happened this year that resulted in murder. I mean, a lot of them. I mean, this is probably, man, I've never really seen it this bad. It's to the point now, I mean, we're used to guns killing people, but we're not used to automobiles killing people at a high rate. And a lot of that is dealing with gross recklessness. A lot of that is a result of gross carelessness. Okay, these people are demon possessed. All right, it's some type of speed demon, it's some type of alcohol influenced drug demon mixed with a speed demon that's causing these people, okay, to take their cars and commit murder, man. Unreal, man. Unreal. In Exodus 20 and 13, one of the 10 commandments tell you, it says, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder, man. And people are getting in these cars, doing all type of recklessness, doing all type of foolishness, doing all type of reckless abandonment, carelessness, by way of speeding or by way of being under the influence of alcohol and drugs and committing homicides, man. Unreal, man. Unreal. We're going to get into this word, man, and we're going to bring some scriptures out, man, and really bring this thing home, man. Again, if you're just tuning in to the word, the name of the word is guns are no longer the leading cause of murder. Automobiles, a.k.a. Christine, has now taken over in 2020, man. I mean, if you're watching this video and you have a family member that you have lost due to vehicular homicide, my heart goes out to you, man. This is a very serious issue. My auntie on my father's side, a couple weeks ago, her and her husband, they live in Mississippi, and they was on their way home on a Saturday night, and her husband hit a woman in another car. And that woman, which was a grandmother, age of 59 years old, and I believe her grandson was, 7 years old, they both were killed in the accident. And then later that night, my auntie husband died from internal bleeding from an accident that he caused. So again, vehicular homicide, okay, automobiles, a.k.a. Christine, is the new leading cause of murder, man, in 2020. I'm telling you, it's unreal. I mean, guns are no longer what you need to be worried about. It's this machinery that's on the road, and the people that's behind that machinery is what you need to worry about, man. I'm telling you. In Leviticus 24, verse 17, and it reads, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. And that's exactly how I feel about those that's killing people by way of an automobile. It's gross recklessness, it's gross carelessness, and hey, man, you should be put to death for that. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. See, that's what should be implemented in the law of the land, because vehicular homicide, you might do 5 years, maybe 5 or 10 years, if that, and then you back out of here. So you could literally kill someone with your car and be right out of jail within 5 years or so. And because of that, people are not going to take vehicular homicide serious. And that's why now it has become outrageously popular now. People ain't stupid. They know what it is when it comes to vehicular homicide. You could change someone's whole life by taking a loved one, and in the process, after 5 or 6 years, you right back out on the street, man. Cold-blooded, man. In Leviticus 24 and 21, it says, and he that killeth a beast, he shall restore it. And he that killeth a man, he shall be put to death. So you see that? So when you kill a man or a woman by way of vehicular homicide, your ass should be put to death for that. And I guarantee you, once they implement that type of law, it'll really make people think about what they're doing when they're getting behind the wheel, man. I mean, this is something that's very common, and for whatever reason, people are not taking notice of this. but it is apparent that Automobiles, aka Christine, man, is out here knocking them in the dirt, man. We got a couple more scriptures as we get ready to close out this word. In Exodus 21:12, it reads, "He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death." Now, I want you to pause for a minute and think about what I just read in Exodus 21:12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. Now, you can look at this in two ways. Striking someone by way of a fist, obviously, and that man dies from that strike, then you shall be put to death for that. But I want you to look at this from another perspective, because you can smite a man by way of hitting him with your vehicle as well. If you hit a man with your car so that he dies, you shall be surely put to death. Now, you got some people that say, well, if he's drunk or drug influenced, or if he's speeding reckless for whatever reason, and he ended up killing somebody by way of an accident, you'll say that that same law shouldn't apply. Well, I'm going to tell you, yes, that same law shall apply. Whether you were under the influence, whether you were drunk, whether you was just out here being reckless and careless, if you smite a man with your car and that man dies, okay, you shall be put to death. You got people in cars that have hit civilians on the street. That has happened here in Milwaukee, where pedestrians have been killed by way of vehicular homicide. So you should be put to death for that. But once again, what do you have? People do 5 or 6 years and be right back out of here, man. Unreal. Unreal. Like I said, man, vehicular homicide is becoming more and more of the norm, and guns are no longer the leading cause of murder no more, man. It's these vehicles, automobiles, aka Christine, man. We're going to close it out in Numbers 35, verse 16, man. And I hope y'all, is edified by this word thus far. And Numbers 35, verse 16, and it reads, "And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death," man. Check that out, man. The main thing I want you to focus on in Numbers 35, verse 16, it says, "And if he smite him with an instrument of iron." What is the car made of? Steel and iron. So if a man smite a man with his car so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death, man. What am I saying in this word, man? If you can get in your car and be reckless, if you can get in your car and be careless, if you can get in your car under the influence of a speed demon, if you can get in your car under the influence of an alcohol or drug demon, if you can get in your car and be demon possessed and you kill someone, your ass should be put to death for that. And I guarantee you, if you make that a law of the land, it'll back up a lot of people killing people with their vehicles, man. Cold-blooded, man. Like I said, I see it on the news. I see it in the newspaper. And I know family members personally that have experienced death. And I just experienced it a couple weeks ago with my aunt's husband. They both was in the car together, head-on collision, man. She survived, my auntie survived, but her husband didn't. You know, they just buried him last week, Friday. Okay, 57 years old, 67 years old, and they were married 41 years. And this man, in the car with his wife, which was my auntie, hit another vehicle head on and killed a grandmother and her grandson. And he ended up dying later at the hospital due to bleeding internal. So like I said, man, this is a serious issue, and a lot of people are clueless to this fact, man. But let me tell you, as we get ready to close out this word, once again, look at the screen. You have a woman with a gun. Normally, the gun, people fear that, and people are known to get killed from guns, violence. But I'm here to tell you today, guns are no longer the leading cause of murder, man. It's that machinery, it's that steel, it's that iron, a.k.a. automobile, a.k.a. Christine, has now taken over in 2020, man. Cold-blooded, man. So moving forward, you brothers and sisters out there, when you are in your vehicle driving, do not only drive for yourself, but you have to be a defensive driver for those you in traffic with. People are running red lights. They're running stop signs. Now you damn near got to yield going through a green light to make sure someone from the opposite of traffic ain't running the light, ready to smash you, man, smash into you. I could have made this lesson much longer and just shared the stories that I know, the tragedies that I know from vehicular homicide. But I think I said enough for you to get the point. Guns are no longer the leading cause of murder. Automobiles, a.k.a. Christine, has now taken over in so-called 2020, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.